What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Steak Briggs here continuing. To cook up this NBA action, man, y'all know we do here on the gym session. We cook up every single game. Every single day, man. Money making Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. We've been seeing the board really well here in the conference finals, and we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Last night, I did have to fade my favorite money-making team in the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, but it was ultimately the right decision. Still a really, really young team. A team that's never been in a conference finals before. I thought that they would kind of look like deer in headlights in that game, and that's exactly what they look like. Minnesota bounced back at home yesterday. On the show yesterday, I talked a lot about an uptick from the role players of Minnesota, and that's exactly what we saw. Anthony Edwards came out and looked like the superstar we know him to be. Really good bounce back game for Minnesota, man. They were able to gain a win with their season on the line, with their backs up against the wall, and now they have a chance to tie up the series tomorrow at home at the crib. Shout out to the T-Wolves, man. We cashed with them yesterday. Looking to keep the momentum rolling forward. We got the Eastern Conference Finals Game 3 today. This one's a little different than that other series because in this series, the team that's on the road is down 0-2. The Pacers looking to take a commanding 3-0 series lead today. I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, and how I see this game playing out here momentarily. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash the like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. Money Making Sunday. Let's keep the great momentum here in the conference finals rolling forward. Without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. We got the Pacers, 2-point home favorites over the New York Knicks. Game 3, Knicks dominated Game 1. I wouldn't say dominated. The Knicks had a really good lead in the fourth quarter of Game 1. Ultimately, Nesmith caught flamethrower. Got really hot from three. I think he had 6 3-pointers. And the Pacers had one of the most craziest comebacks you ever see in NBA history. They came back, won that basketball game, stole Game 1. Game 2, you would think it would have been a really good bounce-back spot for the Knicks, tied the series 1-1 heading back on the road. No. The Pacers pretty much controlled, I felt, that entire game. Now we got a venue change. Now we head to Indiana. And y'all know what I think about Indiana, man, especially at home at the crib. I've told y'all for the last 2 seasons, they're just a different team, monster, and animal at home at the crib, especially in the postseason. Looking at Indiana in the postseason over the last 2 seasons, they only have 3 home playoff losses. That's it. They lost 2 home games last season to the Boston Celtics in the conference finals. They went the first round and the second round without a loss at all at home in the last season. And then they lost to Boston twice in the conference finals. Honestly, they should have won both of those 2 games against Boston. They coughed them up, ended up losing both. And then the other only loss for Indiana at home in the postseason was against the Cleveland Cavs in Game 3 after they stole both 2 games in Game 2 against Cleveland last round. Cleveland came out and looked really good in Game 3 in Indiana. Personally, I think that's an anomaly. I think that's not something you can point towards and say that's going to happen again. Indiana was just a little flat in that game tonight, aided by their home crowd. I think they're going to show up, show out, and ball out. Everybody knows, man, I've talked about the Pacers ad nauseum a lot this season. I talked about them a lot last season. This season, I told y'all they were going back to the Eastern Conference Finals. A lot of people called me delusional. I bet them to go back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I bet them to beat the Cavs. I bet them to make the NBA Finals. I even have a ticket on the Pacers to win the NBA Finals at really, 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 really good odds. The reason I bet them to win the Finals was because I didn't think the odds truly matched how good the team was. And I've been proven right. And I think tonight, I'll be proven right again. I think the Pacers take a commanding 3-0 series lead over the Knicks. Knicks are going to nick, man. Like I said for a lot of the season, they're overrated and overvalued. They're dogs on the road in this game for great reason. The Pacers just have their number. Looking at how these two teams matched up last season in Indiana, Indiana won all 3 games over the Knicks in Indiana in the postseason last year. The Knicks have been good this season on the road, 5-1 in the postseason, but Indiana's a different team even than Boston, I think, at home. Boston, while they have a home court advantage, I don't think it's nearly what Indiana's home court advantage is, which sounds kind of crazy to say. Boston's just a good team, more so than they have a legitimate home court advantage in my mind. I might be a little off there, but in my opinion. And the Pistons, they don't have no real. They have one, but it's not Indiana. That's all I'm saying. Nobody's home court is like Indiana. Indiana, they be tripping. And I think they're going to be tripping tonight. I think it's going to be a good night for all the fans, good night for the team. I think the Pacers take a commanding 3-0 series lead. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm laying the points here with the Indiana Pacers here in this one. Prop-wise, I don't love props today, but I'll give you a couple of my thoughts. I think Jalen Brunson, of course, has a huge game. He's going to take 50 shots, so he should have 30 points at least. For the Pacers, it's kind of hard to pick out a guy player prop-wise because they're so deep, and it could be a different guy each night. Wouldn't be shocked if this was a Miles Turner game. Me and Jovan kind of talked about that a little bit on the morning show this morning, and he pointed me in that direction. I really like what he was talking about. I wouldn't shock me at all if Miles Turner had a really good game here. And I would probably take Josh Hart under whatever. Looks like his minutes are going to be diminished a little bit in this game. Looks like they're going to start Mitchell Robinson over him for this one. Taking a different approach, I don't think it matters. I think Hart struggles again in this one like he has for majority of the series. I think the Pacers are the better team. I think the Pacers are 2 games away from the NBA Finals. And after tonight, I think they'll be one. The Pacers. I'm going to lay the points here in our last and final game of the night. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Of course, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. We've been seeing the board really well here in the conference finals. We're just looking to keep the momentum rolling forward. Check out my WNBA layup session right here. I put a link right here. 4 games in the WNBA today. I'm going to break them all down, let you guys know my thoughts. I'm 5-2 on my top play in the WNBA, looking to make it 6-2 after today. You can scoop that play up for $19 at Pickdawgz Premium as well. So all I got for y'all tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make it a great and profitable night. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.